and I'm about to start another vlog for this week. So it is Sunday. I was planning to go out this morning to a coffee shop, but when I looked around my flat I felt I need to clean this, otherwise I'm just like not going to be able to write or focus on anything. Sometimes it gets that way when things are so messy, I can't focus, so decided just to do some cleaning this morning instead. So I've cleaned the flat. It is 11:30, so my plan is to start writing now. I'm going to try and write up until maybe 1 or 1:30 and see what I can get done. I'm hoping to get to the end of chapter 3 today. That's my plan. And then after that I'm going to be making a video about my plotting methods. So I'm going to do that, and then hopefully that's going to help me move forward. I think I have a good idea of where chapter 3 is going to go and where it's going to end, so I really have high hopes for how I'm going to get on this afternoon. I think I've written a few hundred words in chapter 3, so hoping for another 1,000 or so when I start my writing session, which I should actually just get started and stop speaking. So I'm going to start writing now. So I've reached 1,595 words, and I think I started with a couple hundred, so that's over 1,000 words I've written. It's now 2:15, so I think that took me a little bit longer than I was hoping for, but it's fine. I'm pleased. I've got to the end of chapter 3, which was my plan for today, so I've finished my plan. It's 2:20. I'm quite happy with what I've written, so that's good. The thing I'm coming up against is that because I've not done a lot of world building, every time I'm coming up with something in the world, it is making me have to pause and think about names and, you know, different systems that exist. I haven't thought about a lot of stuff because I'm not sure exactly what's going to come up in that chapter yet, and I've just not spent the time doing that yet. And so just now I'm sticking in insert name, insert information, and that's fine. I want to spend a little bit more time thinking about names and thinking about what the world's actually like. So I've got a few things just now, and I'm not sure if that's the way it's going to stay. Like I said, this is it's set in the future, but it's almost like so far in the future that the planet's almost destroyed. And there's just like one part of land now, so I sort of predict that the future is almost going to be like the past, because the technology and everything that we've got now just can't be supported anymore. So I almost feel there's going to be a sense of living in the past, so it's kind of like a future back to the future. It's kind of like a future past. I don't know, I'm still, obviously it's set in a very wealthy part of the world. It's set in the centre of the world, and then out in the outer edges is where all the poorer people live. So I'm just thinking about like what technology might still be left over, and what, you know, just different things about the world and how it operates. So yeah, anyway, I've got to the end of chapter 3 and I'm happy with what I've written. So tomorrow morning when I get up, I'm going to start on chapter 4, and I think I've got, in my mind, I've got the scene. Yeah, I know what scene it's going to be or where it's going to start. I'm just not sure
I'm not sure how long that scene's going to be and where I want the chapter to end, so I might have a little bit of a think about that and stick some notes in the Scrivener file for tomorrow morning so that I can just jump off. I think to be honest, what I'm picturing just now, I'll probably be able to write tomorrow because that's just going to be the beginning of the scene. I plan for tomorrow, I'm getting up early and I'm just going to try and write 500 words, so I think I should be able to write that with the small scene I'm picturing anyway. So pleased with that, and yeah, I think I'm gonna relax for a little bit because that writing took a bit longer than I thought. I might do some yoga and just have a bit of relaxation time, and then I think I'm going to do some more plotting, and I'll make a specific video on the plotting. So that's my plan for this afternoon. Been up for about an hour and I've written 525 words, which is roughly what I wanted to write this morning. I'm pleased I got that far because, to be honest, I did struggle this morning. I left myself a really basic note and I didn't have that much clue as to where I was going to go today, so I did get done the little part that I thought I could get done. Yeah, I kind of struggled to start this morning, so I was sitting here looking at the blank page for quite a while, which is frustrating. Anyway, I just had to dive in, and I'm not too pleased with the beginning of the chapter, but actually as I'm reading over it, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, considering I had to really force myself to get started on that. I am quite happy how the rest of it's going, so that's good. So that's 500 words now into chapter 4, and I'm not sure when I'm going to finish this then. I think hopefully I'm going to finish chapter 4 by the end of this week, and then I've still got plotting to do for the rest of Act 1, so I'm hoping to work on that. Yeah, just now I'm happy with what I've written, so I think I'm just going to literally lie down on the ground before work, just have a wee bit of rest because I'm quite tired actually. It was quite difficult getting up this morning, but I'm pleased I did, and I've only got a few hours of work and then I'm off, so hopefully it's going to be a good day today. Hello, it's Friday, it's lunchtime at work and I'm just doing a little bit of world building. There's a storm brewing outside, so I'm glad I'm indoors, and I'm just going to try and have a wee think about different things that I've not yet filled in my mind, because I think that is impeding my progress. I think I had the idea I'm just going to like work through what I don't know, leave gaps, insert a name, because I wanted to get started, and I think like getting started with the plot is a bit different from, you know, making all the decisions in terms of any kind of world building that needs to be done. So my plan originally was just to push ahead and just write and then world build and then world build at a different time. But the storm was really, really noisy.
So, but I think what's happened is, because I haven't done world building, I think it's almost having like a restrictive effect on what I'm writing, because, you know, I'm not sure where the limits are of the world and what the rules are, what the aesthetic's going to be. Just now I'm kind of writing like, not exactly the white room syndrome, but I'm writing, you know, the most basic descriptive scenes just now. Like, really, I'm not putting in a lot of descriptive things, just what's coming to me in the moment. So I think if I spend a little bit more time thinking about like the aesthetics and like the different things, obviously it's set in a school, so, you know, I want to be thinking about the different classes, and I want to think a little bit outside the box. This is like the last wealthy school that there is. That's the idea behind it. So I think obviously they're not just going to have normal classes. Like, I need to try and think, you know, what's going to be like the most interesting classes, or the most interesting way that they learn, or what they learn, what's going to be the most interesting like uniform, or what they're wearing. You know, I think like I want to make sure I'm having fun, because part of the reason for me writing this is just to get back into the joy of writing, and this to me is like part of the fun, so I really need to spend the time doing this. I think the last time I wrote a dystopian novel, I made up the countries, but the countries in my mind were kind of modelled on countries in real life, so in a way some of the knowledge or some of the systems were just kind of built in. So I think I haven't realised that there's probably a lot more world building I want to be doing for this, because it's a little bit more futuristic, or even more speculative than what I've written before. So I really just want to have fun, and I think that will like open up my imagination. So just now what I'm doing is actually just like literally just scribbling any thoughts that I have, any ideas about classes or systems or aesthetics, just anything that actually comes to mind that could be used in the novel. I also like, I've still to come up with a school name, I've still to come up with certain other names, so I want to spend some time doing that, and I think once I do that, it's going to open up more for me about, it's going to open up the scenes, and it's going to give me like more of a variety of different scenes and the details that will be in them. So I think it's going to be worth my time to do that. So it's lunchtime just now. I've got about half an hour left. So yeah, I'm just going to continue with my world building, and I think I'll end this vlog here, because that's like me mostly done the work that I can do for this week, and then I'll start a new vlog for next week and the weekend. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.